Hey everybody, how's it going? This video about the bridge project, I knew nothing about this. I just happened to drive by and see a bunch of stuff out there, and finally got hold of somebody that told me what they were doing, and I got some ideas about when they were going to be doing things, but they already had the piles driven and everything by the time I got out there. So it kind of takes off in the middle of it, and like at the Cable, when I did the bridge up at Cable, they had a whole bunch of different parts that I caught driving the piles, lining the tracks out, and doing all that I was able to make a few videos of, but I missed them putting in the bridge segments on the concrete sections. And I got that in this one, but it's a long video. Breaking it up wouldn't have worked. So go ahead and you can watch it all, or fast forward to the parts that you find interesting. And I just hope you enjoy it. All right. Got out there for you. All right. Well, I came down here, and they are doing nothing there. Right as I pulled up, all the guys involved in the actual construction drove off. I don't know if they're going to lunch or what. I went up and spoke to one of the guys that works for the railroad. None of them are from around here. They're saying, oh, they probably won't let you film this. And this is one of those times when I'll just have to tell them I'm not on railroad property. But it doesn't look like they're going to do anything today if they are. I might stick around, I don't know. I do have a bunch of other things I could be doing. Alright, this is where some of the material is being staged for the bridge. There's some of the, I don't know if those are parts of the abutments or decking or what, but there are the handrails and walkway. This gentleman here looked like he was going to pick up some ties. They got some concrete ties over there. But I don't know anything about what all these pieces are called, but the big concrete pieces are up there by where the work is going on. And yeah, so it doesn't look like they're going to do anything today. I'll stick around for a little while, see what's up.
By my location, on South Main North. Never mind, he just cleared. Okay, big dog, this 1 hour is solid. Then I have that MTRV that's dead at 1400. Here we go, specs out. Thanks for the help, brother. Up.
All right, that was the dispatcher telling these guys right here that they can work for 1 hour. They can get 1 hour tracking time, which means, and he said 1 hour solid. That means that they have to give this back in an hour. So it's unlikely they're going to get a lot done. These people aren't from around here. Most of them have Arizona plates. They don't know who I am. And they haven't told me that I can't go video this stuff, but they seem kind of sketchy about it. So I'm going to stay back here out of the way. As usual, I'm not here to swim in anybody's soup or cause any problems. So yeah, we'll sit back and see what they're going to do. If they don't do anything exciting, I'm not going to video it. I'm just going to sit here for no reason. All right, let's see what happens next. It is really hard to tell what they're doing. They've got the excavator over on the other side of the bridge. And if they only have an hour to work today, or at least right now, it's about 12:30, so 1:15, they're going to have to give their time back. Sound like they have at least one train to run. I don't know how late these guys work, but it doesn't look like they're going to get much done today. They're not moving the pile driver. So I think I'm just going to call it a day. Maybe come poke around. I have golf tournaments tomorrow and Sunday. Maybe I'll come after one of those, poke around when nobody's here, and see if I can see what's going on. All right, well, back out here at the bridge. They haven't done a lot. You can see the earthwork they've done here so they could move the pile driver over here. But you can see down here where they've driven the piles, and they've done this. So they've done a lot of pile driving. I can only imagine that they did most of this before I even came out here the first time. But you can see that they drove it down through the bridge deck pretty much the same way they did at Cable. They haven't done this one yet. That piece of the bridge probably going to just stay where it is. Doesn't look like they're going to do anything there, but this old wood deck is what they're going to get rid of. So they're not doing any. This is a Monday. I've come out here 3 different times since I was out here last time, and no one's been here but the security guy. So, I know what day they're going to change it, so I may just wait until they actually do the change it, try to get out here and catch that. And is the big old machine. I'd love to see it operate, but they haven't been doing it. But they have all the concrete decking. I don't know if this is all of it, but in place, staged here. They also have some down. Well, you saw that in the last clip I was out here. But yeah, we'll see what they're going to do. All right, I came out here to the bridge change project at Bena, and they are they were supposed to do this change out today, but I spoke to some of the folks in charge, and they are not going to do it today. They are going to install the caps, whatever that means, and they'll do the change out tomorrow. And I will not be available tomorrow. I planned my schedule around knowing that this was going to happen today, and I am going to be working at the Depot Museum tomorrow. So I will swing by here when I'm done with that tomorrow and see where they stand on this, but I'll probably miss most, if not all of it. Actually just getting ready to leave, and I saw them I saw the signal clear for this westbound move, so I figured I'd catch this train. right, well, I'm on the way to the depot. I'm on the Harley. Thought I'd come out here and see if anything was going on. I got here right as they lifted the track panel off the bridge. Right there. And as I surmised when I was here last time, the other day, when yesterday, when they ended up not doing this, the caps that were the concrete pieces that they set on top of the piles. And it looks like, I'm not sure, I guess they're just going to set that off the side of the road. Introduced myself to the manager in charge of this, let him know I wasn't going to get in the way or do any crazy stuff. And they don't have a problem with that as long as I stay out of their hair, which you all know I plan to do. All right, I have to get going, get up to the museum, and I'll swing by on the way back home, see what kind of progress they made. Well, I didn't get on the bike quick enough to get out of here. And there goes the next panel that they're picking up. They don't generally waste much time when they're doing these jobs. They get things done pretty quickly. I imagine they will have the whole deck gone by the time I get back, and we'll have the new concrete stuff. I don't know if they'll have it all installed. I hope to catch them doing some of that. But the days are getting a little bit longer. It'll probably be 4:30 or so in the afternoon when I get here. They don't have any lights out here that I see. So I'm assuming they're not working any of this at night like they did the one up at Cable. Huh, somebody's got a drone out here. I still have not had the opportunity to go out and spend any time acclimating myself to using my own drone, but I will. All right, well, was super slow at the Depot Museum today, so I begged off. Usually stay there till 4 o'clock. I begged off about 1:30. We had another docent up there. Connor Bergquist, one of the young men that's docent up there now. So he was up there and he said he could handle it. So stopped back here on the way back. As you can see, this car by here, they have the wooden section of the bridge removed. You can see the concrete caps that they'll be setting the new deck on. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I just got here. I don't know what they're doing with that excavator. They're trying to break something up and get it out of the way. I don't know. But yeah, I'll stick around here for a little while. Got a couple hours I can hang out here if I don't get too bored, if they start getting something done. So I'll see what happens. All right, well, you see there is a maintenance away truck there that's back to us there. And you see all those concrete ties laid out alongside of it. They're going to take the rail, the old panels, and put it on the concrete ties or build a new panel. And that's what will go back in place of the wood ties that were on the old deck. I spoke to one of the managers here, and he said they have the track until 9 o'clock tonight. So they have to have this put back together by then, and they're going to do the bridge in 2 sections. They'll get this section finished today. Then these guys, he said, are going to go on their days off. I don't know how long that is. A lot of these regional gangs and system gangs have like 7 days off, work whatever they, but I don't know what, 8 on 6 off, something like that. So I don't know what theirs are, but I'll keep an eye on it and see if I can't catch them when they come back. And you have these excavators on either side of the bridge cleaning things out. And the old wooden part of the bridge, I don't know, I don't see that they lifted that out anywhere, so they may have just picked it up, set it off the side, and then used those jaws on those things. They can crunch that wood up with that stuff, and it appears to be what they're doing right now is getting all that wood out of the way. It would appear that I was wrong about them not having any lights out here, because there's some right there. I don't see any anywhere else. It is 10 minutes till 6, and they have, so that means they have about 3 hours to get all this done, and I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't appear that they've accomplished much since I left earlier. It's kind of hard to see down there, because you can see there they're getting the rail on that. Ooh, it's hard for it to focus. Getting the rail on that, getting that panel down there all built, but they're still a long way from that even. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, all right, I can see how it's put together now. They do have 2 pieces in already, it looks like. Cranking some more lights up there. I'm not sure what's coming up behind me here, but piece of equipment. Sounds like somebody on a skateboard. Oh, there's a little forklift looking thing. Had a brick fall off of it. There we go. Loader taking ballast in, prepared to surface this. One thing I didn't make clear, or you probably even mention really, is that the 2 departments that are working out here besides the construction contractors are the maintenance of way, and they're obviously going to do the rail and get the ballast and get all that part of it, the rail and the road bed and that part of the structure dealt with. and then the Union Pacific Bridges Department. Back in the old days, in Southern Pacific days, it was bridges and buildings. They built bridges, they built the buildings, the depots, they fixed things, but they don't mess with buildings anymore. They're just the Bridges Department. All right. I'm going to set this next piece in place, and just kind of guessing by the distance they still need to fill on the caps for get the rest of this bridge put in, unless they kind of get on a roll and get in the flow and start getting things put in. Boy, I love the way that whole thing looks really cool. But looks like they're getting one piece set. This one took about 15 minutes from the time they set the last piece until they picked this one up. Yeah, if they still have that many pieces to set at that pace, and it's not just a matter of them. It's not just a matter of them getting the bridge set. They have to put the rail panels in, the track panels, and get everything tied together, and then come in and surface it. And that's going to take a while, but we'll see. I'm going to stick around out here until they run this train that's been sitting out here. It was sitting out here when I got here this morning. A minute ago when I said that, you know, unless they get a flow going, I don't mean to suggest that they should go faster. They know what they're doing, but yeah, what I mean is that just from experience, I've never done anything like this, but you get the job where you have kind of the same things to do repetitively. You kind of get in a flow. You can do the first couple of things, might take you a little longer, and you kind of get a flow going and things go more smoothly. It's only been about 8 minutes since they set the last piece, so it looks like they are getting that flow going, and doesn't look like anyone's in a hurry. One of the things that I noticed here is I started counting guys, and I only see about 12 people on the ground, and that is a surprisingly small number of people for a job like this. But and that isn't counting equipment operators. I'm just talking about the guys on the ground. So yeah, these guys know what they're doing. They're very good at their jobs, and yeah, looks pretty cool, I think. Now, I don't know if that vehicle there is part of this construction. I couldn't see the writing on the side. One thing I have noticed is been quite a bit of just regular traffic. And there's probably seen probably seen 10 cars since I've been out here. And I remember there was a time when if you're on this road at night, you saw another car, and chances are it was a railroad car. It was a railroad vehicle. You just didn't see traffic, but I don't know, see a lot more people on this road, especially in the day, a lot more during the day. This is the road in 2021. I brought my grandson Aiden, who was, I think he was 14 or maybe 15 at the time, and brought him out here down at the bottom of Sandcut Hill, about a mile behind us, and let him drive my F-150 up to the Arvin cutoff, and we didn't see one car. That was on a, I don't remember if it was a weekday or a weekend, but we didn't see one car between here and there. And well, it is a little after 7:30, and it looks like they might only have about 4 pieces to put back in. As I said earlier, they got into a flow, and they're making some serious headway. So yeah, they still have to do the track panels and the surface, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I get a pretty good shot from this angle of how close they are to being done. And they're welding down there. All right, that is the last piece that they are going to set. I'm sitting in the truck because that guy pulled up over there. I really can't see anything anymore, and I'm not going to walk up in their work zone. They got a security guard here that's stressed about me being here, and I told him I'm on a public road and I'm not on private property and I'm not in their work zone, and he said he's going to go call the cops, and so whatever. But yeah, they're setting the last piece. They're obviously not going to have this done by 9, so we'll see what happens next. I drove down the road a little ways back to the west, and this is the train that's been sitting here all day, but here's the work equipment. There's the tamper up there, and the regulator there. I haven't heard any chatter on the radio, but yeah, they're nowhere, I'm not going to say they're nowhere near needing these guys. They're getting close. So yeah, see if I can get up there and watch them run this out a little bit. Probably won't be able to see much at night, so I probably won't, because then I would have to be in their work zone, and I'm not going to do that. I promised the railroad guys I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't care what the security guard thinks, but I did promise the railroad guys I would not swim in their soup. All right, well, running the tamper and regulator back in here. Do some more surfacing. I run into one of the old guard maintenance away guys I've known for a while. Shot the breeze with him for quite some time. Good to see him again. See a couple of the guys I know out here, but they're being busy, and it is, I don't know, let's see, 2 o'clock already. I was thinking it was like noon. But yeah, there's the work they did last night. You saw them setting those pieces in there. The only thing I didn't get last night that I would like to have gotten was when they moved the track panels from that side of the road over to the bridge. And when that happened, that when they got ready to start doing all of that, there were quite a few maintenance away guys out here moving their trucks around, turning on, they had it really lit up, but I obviously couldn't be in the work area inside the lights, and from outside the lights it was just all you could see was glare. And so I didn't shoot that, and then I had an issue with an overzealous security guard, and that was really distracting. But yeah, I was gonna actually made a little clip last night detailing all that, but it doesn't do anybody any good, and it doesn't add to the video. So those of you who don't know, that's the tamper, and just tamps the ballast down underneath the ties. They grab hold of the rail, lift it up a little bit, tamp it, raises the rail a small amount at a time, or a large amount, I guess, if that's what they want to do. It's kind of moving back and forth, checking everything, ensuring everything is level. I don't know. I know that they use a system of beams, and I can't remember if they're, I think they're just light beams. I don't think they're lasers. But one end of it, I'm assuming the receiver is on the trolley out front. And that's how they tell. I don't know. I know nothing about these things other than what they do. I don't know how they work. Something I, just like train service. After 40 years, I knew nothing about trains. I know a little bit more about track equipment, but not much. So yeah, if you're a maintenance away guy and you understand what those lights there, it's only the one on the far rail, and that is apparently the rail they're working on, because everybody who's back there, that seems to be the rail everyone's looking at. That's grabbing the rails. I guess I couldn't see it. It's in between those two wheels right there on that part of the carriage. The ones that grab the rail and lift it up. So I guess it was just in the shadow while I couldn't see it, but they just dumped a bucket of ballast right there. You can see this guy's gonna run it out. I heard him tell this guy to go ahead and broom this because they weren't going to have time for another pass with the tamper. I haven't heard any chatter with the dispatcher, but I did hear him get tracking time earlier, but I didn't catch what time they had until. I know there are trains stacked up above us here up on the mountain wanting to come west. I don't know about anything coming east. Alright. See what happens next. Yeah, it's like they had tracking time until the cows came home. So you get to see a train across the bridge after it's done. Got a flashing yellow up there, which means right now he is not cleared through Sandcut. There is an eastbound. That eastbound is still sitting there up on at the bottom of Sandcut Hill on the approach to Bena. So I don't know what's going on with that guy. Got this maintenance away gang here. It's like they're cleaning up some of the stuff that was left here from the when they built the track panel last night. It's a good looking bridge down in the staging area, which is down that way, quarter of a mile or so. It looks like they have the handrails for this bridge. They have security guards out here watching this stuff. They need to be down there watching all that aluminum that the railings are made of. And this is another thing. I'm going to start pointing this out every once in a while. One of the things I really get tired of hearing people say, whether it's comments here or things I see people comment on Facebook, is that the railroads aren't doing any maintenance. I can only speak for my corner of the world, but I know that here on the Tehachapi and on the Fresno sub, they do a lot of maintenance. They are always doing something, and now they're going to be doing all these bridges. They have done all of the switches up the mountain and the OSs, and even in the turnouts, and all those turnouts are now concrete ties. They did that, well, you saw the video that I did. If you haven't, I'll link it in the comments below. Or, I mean, I'll link it in the description below. The video I did of them changing out the switch panel for the spur track at Woodford off of the main line. They're up here tamping all the time, surfacing. I know that I just found out today that they have a they're going to change out some track up at Tunnel 2, get that swapped out, and put in some new panels up there and surface that. It's coming up next month. I don't know if I'll be able to get up there. I'll see. I'll try. Can't see how far up the hill that guy is. It's real hazy today. But I don't know if they've eventually cleared him through sand cut or not. All right. All right. Bridge is changed out. And I know they ran trains last night, but you didn't get to see those. So the first train you got to see going across the new bridge over Caliente Creek at Bena. All right, well, that's as good as I could get it with the time constraints and the nighttime shooting and issues with the security guard, what have you. I thought I got some pretty cool footage. I didn't get everything, but I did get them setting some of the bridge deck, which is something I didn't get at Cable when I did that one. So anyhow, got to see them doing this stuff and got to see the first train that I saw across it. You saw it with me. All right. Well, keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorport59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you all later.